will help the best.
There we go.
Finding a structure that you can use all the time and, you know, change quickly will help a lot. That's an interesting song.
Yeah, what a song.
I know, right? It's like, it sounds like Mario.
Sounds like the musician was just like, boss says I gotta get something in. And they did.
What do you mean, structure and art lesson? Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about the structure part. So I have an
yeah.
example here. This is what we, you know, this is what we cover in our school. But oh, come on, I hate when this decides not.
You can
to,
show it, you know.
I hate when this decides not to work.
Yes,
but anyways,
that
I can still
stupid
talk
iPad
about it.
Just doesn't actually work. There we go.
Thank you.
You know, just Apple,
Yeah, just,
one of the
yeah.
most valuable companies in the world, has products that doesn't work.
I know, right? So this is what I mean by structure, especially for like anatomy. It's process of proportion, then form, then, you know, making it pretty.
Hello.
Anatomy. Hello.
We're live on the YT as well.
Awesome.
And I need to ping. I don't know updates. Anyways,
Yeah.
go on.
So this is the
anatomy,
structure.
like structure has to do with the process. Drawing is very process driven. And so if you want to draw something complex like a human body, people have broken it down into steps that allow you to focus all of your energy on one part of the step at a time, and it will generally cause you to succeed a lot faster than if you just kind of like approach it in whatever way. Like that's basically what we're talking about with when we talk about structure. There's structural elements.
Yeah. Because most of the time people, like, they just start drawing the head like this, and then when they add a body, they have no idea how to add the body.
They don't draw like that either.
Well, they don't. That's true. They don't draw like that. That's true. That's true.
It becomes so ingrained that you wouldn't even work without it.
Yeah.
It's like a map.
Like,
And there's many successful structures. Like a lot of people use different structures and different processes, and that's totally fine. Like there's no best one. There's just what works for you. Yeah, like a lot of, like, I used to draw like this.
I used to draw like this too, absolutely.
And you're just like,
I
shoulders,
guess. Shoulders,
outside of the body. The arm comes out.
Arm comes out, and you know, you're also like trying to imagine the pose, but then you're like trying to struggle drawing, so your pose ends up being really stiff.
Yeah, and most people draw this way. Like you have to be trained out of it, basically. But once you're trained out of it, I mean, you can do stuff. You know, you can do stuff like this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can do stuff like this, like the thing I did on stream recently, or this other thing I did on stream recently with the froggies. Like, you can be trained out of it, and you can be able to set up things and have a reasonably high chance of success. You know, and you can self-diagnose when something's not working.
Yeah. So this is, you know, demos for my anime art school. This is the structure that we teach. So, ooh, Poppy, I bumped you accidentally. So here, you can check it out. I also have a video on our YT channel, Draw Anime Academy. It's called How to Draw Bodies. I talk about this structure as well.
Yeah. So you want to draw a body?
Yes, I will absolutely draw a body.
Kind of that. I guess that was kind of one.
Yeah, that
as
was
well.
kind of the point. But, you know, you can always expand this more.
Yeah. Does that kind of answer the question for structure? It's very process driven.
Yeah. Like, I will keep in mind, okay, well, where's my shoulder width, which is I know the proportional method. It's about one hand length apart.
Just
you
lay
know.
down. I've had enough of you wandering around. There's no reason for you to walk back and forth like that.
So this turns into this, and you're like, oh, let's add a little bit of anatomical structure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you'd learn in art or design school. That structure, and numerous things can be broken down in that way. Clothing drawing, people drawing, poses, perspective, color theory, lighting, composition. Here you go.
Yeah, I know, Poppy, you want love, but
She's like, I must snuggle at least 3 times a day. It's only been 2.
or 1.
And yeah, that's what you'd learn inside of like an art school. College, and different art schools will teach different structures, but they're very similar to each other.
Yeah.
We do have a school online that teaches that structure. It's on sale right now, and it's self-paced. If you want to take a screenshot of that, you can check it out. But we do teach.
Yes, we can also talk about eyes as well. I'm going to talk about chibis.
Yes.
Do you recommend the Loomis head method, or is there a different way you guys prefer? I use a partial Loomis head method, and of course, I teach this in anime art school, but this is about as far as I go. for Loomis. Like, in terms of, like, the circle or the sphere and the chopping off the side. The proportions, I don't necessarily use that system as much, but I use partial. I don't use it entirely.
Do
And-
these need to be updated?
yeah, those need to be updated, actually. But afterwards, I actually use something called the Asaro head planes. Like this. To map out head structure. So it's like, here's what it looks like from the side. Here's what it looks like from 3/4. Here's what it looks like from the front. I use a much simpler version of the Asaro head, but this is like my base that I use.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been finding it very helpful because it helps them memorize what heads look like
Yeah.
simply.
Let's just get started with something.
Yeah.
Um,
So with chibis, I start this way. I will start off with a sphere. And then I will draw my center line. This helps me to decide what angle do I want to draw it in. And then I decide how short do I want the chin to be. Anyways, you can go ahead and...
nothing. Ping. I think I did already. Nope, it's sitting there almost ready to ping. I
So-
got distracted there.
Yeah, no worries.
Content.
So
There we go.
in a realistic head, for example, your chin is much more stretched out, so that's why you can see a jawline like this. But when you're in a chibi head, it has to be really squished for it to fit. So like think about like you're compressing like a little gummy bear or something. Everything gets fatter and squishier and rounder.
But you can see that no matter what Christina's drawing, she's using a process to like set herself up for success.
Yes, that is
It's
it.
like I don't know. Trying to think of an analogy that doesn't involve math because math a lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
But it's like, if Christina's drawing, she's not kind of just going like,
Searching.
yeah, it's like, maybe there, maybe there,
I guess.
maybe like there, and you're like, oh, well, where's that chin? There maybe? You know what I mean? Like when you start drawing, you draw like this. And it's like, if I were to draw this one single face, like, sure, like, it works, right? It might work. And you go, oh, well, there's this, and there's that, and there's that. Like, a lot of people will start like this. I know I used to when I was a beginner. And then you're just like, I don't feel like drawing the other eye.
That actually looks
Right?
really good, though.
But I know. And I mean, I guess my example, my example is correct. It's just that I'm used to drawing anime faces. But, like, if I wanted to draw this from a different angle, I would be like, okay, I usually draw the eyelash about this far from the side of the cheek, and then you come down about this far and it curves, and then maybe you draw like a line between that and that. Like, you'll like memorize this proportional stickers. But with what Christina was drawing is she was like focusing. I have the wrong pen. She's like focusing on, okay, here's the volume of the circle.
We're backed up on messages, by the way.
Here's this.
Yeah, no worries. There you go.
Here's this, right? And then it's like, okay, this comes down. This is like a 3-dimensional volume. Here's where this connects. Here's the perspective of the head. Here's the ear. And so if like you wanted to turn the head, you could just go center line. I'm going to push it further.
Center line grounds you.
Yep. And it's like, okay, here's the side of the head. You can draw it if you want or not. Here's the side of the head.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the perspective. And so it's like you can turn the head a little bit more, and like this is the setup phase, so you don't even need to make things super accurate. You're just kind of
Giving yourself a
placing-
head start.
yeah
Head start.
right. And you could be like, oh, like maybe you go like that, and this
Yeah.
could come out, and you do something like that, right? It's like you can
Oh my
see
gosh.
I can draw this head at different angles, and I don't have to like memorize stickers and locations of things. And I could go, okay, where's the hairline? Maybe here's the hairline, right? Hairline, maybe a little bit higher, maybe like here. And then everything can kind of refer to that hairline as it comes out. You know, this is kind of dumb.
Dumb.
Maybe like whatever, like this. And I'm thinking in terms of volume and structure and proportion. And then it's like, where is the eyes at? Well, maybe you get an eye here and you get an eye there.
By the way, if you do struggle with drawing heads, we do have head model references that you can use that are specifically anime styled.
Yep.
You can find them on our shop if you're in the States.
Right. Like this sort of thing. So this is that structure that we're talking about. It's like, and it's not
Yes.
style specific. It doesn't really matter what style you're drawing in. It's about like the process that you're using rather than going like, okay, here's the shoulder maybe, or, you know, oh, what angle? Maybe I'm looking down from above. So it's like that, right? Clavicle. And you're like, it's like you're always kind of searching and guessing like, oh, is it like that? Or is it like this? And it's not like an informed, structured approach, right? Something that has like a high chance of success. It's kind of based on like guessing and wondering
Yeah.
and trial and error. And then as soon as you want to draw a head and a side view, you have to repeat this entire process
Of guessing.
of guessing again and memorize a whole new set of rules and be like, oh, well, I'll draw maybe the eye this far away from here. And, oh, the mouth,
I think it looks like that.
maybe like this, you know, and you're like searching and guessing.
And then what happens afterwards is you've tried so hard guessing all these shapes that you've practiced, and then you can't draw another kind of face.
Yeah, and then that
So-
leads to the same face syndrome because if you want to do a different face than this, like a guy's face, you have to re-memorize an entire set of those like proportions, right? You're like, now I'm going to do this. You know, and you're like, okay, maybe a guy's face, and you're like, have to refigure it all out, and it just takes so incredibly long. And like, I don't really recommend this method.
Yeah.
It's like building up from the structure and understanding how to draw in 3D and learning the planes of the head and then how to distort the design. Like,
Absolutely.
that leads to being able to, you know, do this one day with Frieren and then the next day Froggy characters in a painterly style. Or whatever, right? Like, please, thank you. Right? I do this one day. And then I'm like working in a realistic style. Right? And then the next day it's like could go back and
We'll do the Miki
do
Job.
something in like an anime-ish style. What's up?
Yeah, I was going to say show that one because it's really good.
Right? This is like an anime style. And I could repeat this. I could change angles. I put this in Frieren first. Come on. I could change angles and draw this room from a different angle. And I could make them realistic characters instead of anime characters. Right? And it's because it's like, it's based on foundation and structure. I can plan it from the beginning. I don't have to like guess where I'm going to draw things. I could like plan the room in a top view, right? Like what I did on my page, right? Right here. I planned the room in a 3/4 view, and then the camera, I don't have enough room. The camera in this piece, so annoying.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
know, I hate when it happens like that.
The camera in this piece is a wide lens, and it's sitting right here. Pretty low. So this cabinet does not exist in my shot. And then the camera is sitting pretty low to the ground. And it's looking at these characters like this.
We do have tips on color theory. I don't know if we're going to cover that today, but we'll see.
Yeah, we could probably talk a little bit about color theory today.
Awesome, sounds
right?
good.
And it's looking out here. And so this is where my camera is placed for this shot right here. Of course, it's a tilted horizon, so my camera's tilted a little bit. But that's like what's going through my head. It's very structural. It's very process driven.
By the way, these are the head models that I was just talking about. If you struggle with drawing head angles, like, you know, side views, upper angles, you can get these on our shop. These are actually super helpful. So someone asked like, oh, how do I draw an eye that is slightly like turned away? This is the perfect thing for it. You just take this, turn it around, find that specific shape. There it is. Turning away, that's side view. So if the eye looks like this from a side view, kind of looks like a triangle with a bit of a bulge in the front. And now all you have to do is just make sure that that triangle shrinks and it comes more forward to the head.
Oh.
You know, that's what I would look for.
Coloring people in environments I never know how to start, not gonna lie. That's a good one
That's
as
a good
well.
one.
I can actually write some of these things down as well.
Yeah.
Let me go up here. We used to use lists, but then we would stick to the list even long after the people who asked the questions were gone.
Yeah.
And so now we need to take a hybrid approach.
Hybrid approach, yeah. Thank you so much, X. Helpful.
Questions?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything that you were drawing with heads, like chibi heads, for example, which I didn't really finish it, but that's okay. It's the same process. Like, when you're drawing eyes on a chibi head, what's the form? Moe style, for example, they really like using this curve of the side of the face to draw their eyes with.
Mm-mm.
And so that you can use the same with chibis. You can use like little shapes and you just place them on a plane in existence, and then you just detail those shapes out. We have a chibi class, by the way, so you can check that out. But
Yeah. And the YT, hey everybody.
Hiyo.
What advice do you have for people who get shaky hands for hours after only drawing for a few minutes? I'm not sure. You might need to go to the doctor for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you're like got really shaky hands, I don't know if that has anything to do with drawing as much as it has to do with your health.
yeah,
I'm definitely not a doctor and I can't give advice on any medical stuff.
no, it can't.
So I would schedule an appointment and be like, hey, I get really shaky hands when I try to do things that require like fine motor skills.
Mm-hmm.
And they might be like, they might start experimenting there, maybe try to drink less like caffeine or coffee or something. Or they might give you like hand exercises or something. I don't know.
Or it could also just be anxiety.
Like, yeah, I'm not sure. I was giggle when you answer a question like that.
Are you trying to teach people? Absolutely, yes.
Am
we
I
are.
trying to teach people? Make sure you eat so the shaking can stop. For
That is
sure.
true. Absolutely. There's so many
hydrate.
different ways that can cause shaking.
Bum 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 bum. What? Hi, how's it going? Hey, Katsua.
Hey, Katsua.
That's a great thing. Great advice. But yeah, we focus on foundation. That's what we teach here.
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired by the teacher that I very first had that I found on the YT, and then I actually went to that school, graduated, worked professionally for years, and has been teaching since like 2019. Taught, mentored dozens and dozens of students one-on-one. We've ran like 5 terms of classes on Zoom with pretty full classes.
Yeah.
And we've had a bunch of classes. We've published 2 books on how to draw that sell really well. We've sold over 10,000 copies of our books, like 4.8. I think it's like 4.8 stars on Amazon. People really like them.
Yeah, these are
And
art books.
we've been there. We've been beginners. I know what it's like. I specifically remember being in high school, wanting to draw awesome stuff and having no idea that there was even like a method to learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're passionate about.
Yeah.
Can you go over side profiles again? What device are you using? Christina's using an iPad Pro 13-inch
Yeah.
with an Apple Pencil Pro. Who inspired y'all drawing? Feng Zhu, probably. Like when I was a little kid, my dad, he did oil painting and stuff, and I would
Yeah.
draw SpongeBob in sketchbooks and on paper. He would lend me his like oil pastels, and I'd be like.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, I found a channel by a guy named Feng Zhu. He's a concept artist. He worked on a bunch of games, and he explained why fundamentals are so important.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I was inspired by my dad as well. He helped me a lot with my artwork, and also gave me a lot of positive feedback. And also anime. Anime inspired me to draw a lot. I watched anime at a very young age, like Pokemon and stuff, and Cardcaptor Sakura. And I'm like, I want to draw, because that seemed like the only logical reason how to get to that level. I guess is to just start drawing. Yeah.
Struggle to think of hairstyles. I would think about hair in sections.
Yeah.
Think about what are the bangs, what are the side, what is the back. So you could go bangs are long and straight, sides are maybe short and they use the hair curler, and then maybe they have a little bun in the back.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun.
What did you say? So bangs
are long and bangs are like long and straight.
Mm-hmm. And then middle.
And then the sides
side
would be. I was more thinking about like the side of the bangs.
Oh,
but
the
like,
side. Okay.
The middle.
Okay, this
like
part right here.
Curly, or like a coil. And then the back could be in a bun or 2 buns.
2 buns.
See? Like I think about it and I break it up. I break it up into different pieces, and if I'm walking around, I'll look at people and I'll go, what kind of bangs do they have?
Yeah, people
Like-
watching.
Like what kind of back of the hair do they have? You know?
Yeah. You can do so many different combinations because it depends on the personality of your character as
Yeah.
well.
Is your school in person? No, it's an online program.
You can check it out here. 20% off currently with the code 4th, by the way.
Oh yeah. So this is to our school. It's kind of like a recorded college. So if you've always wanted to go to art school, there's a bunch of classes. It's a year-long program, but you take it at your own pace. So you'll never get left behind because you can just rewind. That kind of rhymed.
Yeah. Interesting question. I bought a sketchbook and a few basic materials and I'm having fun with them, but I'm really not sure how people manage to make good looking lines or circles. My hand just shakes too much. Yes, we have some tips for that.
Yeah, just honestly, it comes from practicing a lot.
Yeah, it comes from practicing and also, you can do some exercise to help. So like you can do something called ghosting and you can just interrupt me by the way if you need to answer a few questions.
No worries, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at chat a little bit. How do you add detail to your simple shapes for hair?
I would say overlaps is really important. So for instance, if you only have like one shape, it's not really doesn't really do much. But if you add a shape in front of it or behind it, you immediately start adding more detail. So here's a shape behind it. Here's a smaller shape in front of it.
Nope.
That's one way that you can add detail. Another way to add more detail is by showing the direction of the strand. So like, you can add a little bit hatching like this, because maybe that shows how it's turning. I wouldn't do that close together, but you know the drill, right? You kind of know the
Use
concept.
your whole arm, not hand. Yeah, that's really good as well. Like if you want to draw straight lines, I move from my shoulder.
Yeah.
I draw pretty straight lines.
And this is not very obvious, or it is obvious, but it's hard to do. I used to do this all the time. I would only focus on the ends of how this looked, but I wouldn't focus on which part is going in front of which. Like, is this going in front or is it going in the back?
Yeah.
Doing that ultimately
Oh my gosh,
gives
for
detail
sure.
immediately.
Like you think about hair in terms of like masses of volume. Like that's so true. When I was drawing, I have so many drawings in a box at my parents' house from high school, and they're all like they don't think about the fact that hair is like there could be this, there could be that.
Like
There
roots.
could be this. You know what I mean? It's like these are like 3D volumes that are overlapping and going in front of and going behind each other. And it's like, oh, this could come off here.
Ooh, look at
Like
that.
hair is more like this than this. Like hair is not like a piece of bacon that you tore apart. I would draw hair like that when I was younger so much. It was like a paddle that would be split on the end. It'd be like when someone breaks a board.
Oh,
It punches a
that's
board and it breaks and it goes. It's like I would literally draw hair like that so much. But hair is a lot more like large ribbons that overlap and crisscross each other that all kind of refer to each other.
I'll talk a little bit about ghosting. If you want to get like nice straight lines, you can do something called ghosting, where you are hovering your pen from one point to another in a straight line. So here to here, then back here to here, and then you just do your best and aim. Same way with circles. You ghost in a circular motion until you're confident, and then you drop your pen.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that circle. Okay. Yeah. So you do this constantly.
Yeah, you can do that with straight lines. You can do that with circles. Ghosting is really, really good. If you're ghosting lines, try to draw them point to point, because if you could draw a straight line but you can't aim it, it doesn't help very much.
Yeah.
So
point
try
to point,
yeah,
like that.
try to draw like 2 points exactly, and then
Ooh.
try to aim it, right? And then you're just like, you're not really aiming it. I mean, you're aiming it, but you don't need to aim the points so much, and you'll be able to draw, more things
Yeah.
with straight lines. Splitting.
Do you have any tips for drawing faces more 3D and not flat? Yes.
Your lines improved so much with the ghosting technique. Awesome.
Oh, awesome. That is perfect.
Yeah, literally everybody ghosts. Like every single drawing
Every
class
single-
I've taken by a pro, they talk about ghosting in the beginning. It's so valuable.
Yeah. That's funny because someone said, "Oh, Agate from Witch Hat used that method." It's because they're an artist. They know.
It's literally
that.
Nobody here golfs probably, but like you do practice swings and then you move up to the ball and you hit it. Like a lot of people will do that as well. Mm-hmm. Ghosting is pretty standard in drawing, especially when you want something accurate that you need to do in one motion.
Mm-hmm. If you want to planarize heads and make them less flat, like think of the head like a wireframe, like literally just like imagine that there's a line that's wrapping around a sphere. That's what it's doing around the head. You immediately start thinking in terms of 3D and not 2D. So let me erase
all right,
this.
let's go talk to chat a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
My classmates want me to teach them how to draw basic stuff. Should I teach them? I can't really answer that question very much. Mm-hmm. Why is sketching easier in traditional than digital? Probably because screens tend to be pretty slippery. Yeah. And also you draw a lot growing up traditionally. You're like with a pencil when you're writing in notebooks and stuff. And you're probably kind of used to it. There's like a natural resistance to the paper and medium. Where on digital, it tends to be a lot slipperier. Do you have tips for drawing faces more 3D and not flat?
Yeah, I kind of just talked about that a bit earlier.
Yeah. A lot of comments.
Yes.
Can you give tips for drawing anime mouths?
Yeah, we can.
What's the brush? This brush you can get for free in our Discord server and off topic. It's a pinned message. Mm-hmm. So you can join our Discord, go down, and off topic. No, it's a resource share. Resource share. It's going to be a pinned message. This is not the normal stream brush. This is a different one that I made recently.
Yeah.
Started drawing a week ago. Was thinking about the Proco course. What Proco course? There's like a lot of them.
There are a lot.
There's just a ton of classes.
Let's see.
Does my Apple Pen not having pressure sensitivity affect my art by curiosity? Does it? Yeah, I mean it'll affect it. Like anything that affects your medium is going to affect your art. Is it going to wreck it? I don't know. Probably not. But pressure sensitivity, like the medium is going to affect the art. So any changes to your medium is going to affect the process. Mm-hmm. If you have no pressure sensitivity, then you're basically losing out on being able to press harder or lighter, which is fundamental to drawing with a pencil or charcoal or paint. Yeah. Almost everything. A pen, brush pens. So you're losing a very fundamental part. There are real life mediums that don't have a lot of pressure change, but it's kind of like the minority of them.
Yeah. Yes, we do have a school, by the way. Someone is asking if we have a class. Yes, we do. It's a whole like college alternative.
Yeah, we have a big year-long program online. It's a fundamentals class, so it'll take you from like beginning to end of, your very first line all the way to like full finished environments with characters and stuff. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the stuff that we talk about in the classes.
Yep.
Our folder, promotional.
Yeah, we talk a lot about like clothing.
This is still not organized.
No, it's not.
Okay. What do we even start with?
Let's start with the.
I'd rather you show on the iPad,
right.
Honestly.
Yeah, no problem.
So disorganized.
Yeah, so we have like a heads and faces class that you start off with, but it's also like anime style. But I teach both more realistic and anime. Mm-hmm. So you go from stuff like this and learning the planes of the head, and then you learn, how to stylize them. Side profiles, 3/4 views, front views. Learning how to draw dimensionally is really important. And then you also learn how to draw multiple types of anime faces and heads. But this, because the fundamentals are so like universal, you can change it in any style. And then so you end up doing stuff like this later on in the future, towards the finals of the class. Like you just learn how to construct heads, then illustrate them.
Yeah. This is class number 1, by the way. There's
Yes.
7 classes, but this is class number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So this class is all about figure drawing and anatomy. So it's not one class. It's a bunch of classes. It's kind of structured like a school in terms. Mm-hmm. And it will take you like a year to get through. It's structured into 3 terms like a college. And each term is 14 weeks long. Mm-hmm. And you're scheduled like it's self-paced, and there's a recommended schedule, so you don't have to go through it at this pace. If you're busy, you can go through it as slow or quick as you want.
Yep.
But it is structured to be 3 terms of 14 weeks, taking 2 classes per term. It's pretty
intense.
hefty. It's like a college. Pretty hefty.
Yeah, and then Colton teaches a perspective class, so he helps you to draw things in space, which is really important for anything. When you're drawing like objects, people, environments, like this is all dimensional drawing, like turning objects into something more organic, but you start with forms, right, like this. And then later on, you know, you get more and more advanced until you're able to do stuff like this. So we always take you from the very beginning to more advanced things, because we don't expect you to do this like right off the bat, right? Because like you need a lot of prerequisite knowledge for this.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a clothing class. You know, these are just some examples, finals. But we have like so many different classes.
And the link.
Yes. You can check it out here.
So if you're interested, take a screenshot of this. There's a sale going on right now. It'll be going for about the next week. And I accidentally made the 4th of July sale way too long, so you got until the 20th.
Yep.
And yeah, take a screenshot of that. It's going to be the yellow button. And the page talks all about it. Like, the page literally, it looks like this. Anime Art School, what you'll learn. There's instructor class demos, bunch of facial expressions, all kinds of stuff. This is a little bit small. But you can open it up on your phone more. Before and afters of students, a lot of really nice stuff.
You should see Dahlia's
yeah. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Dahlia got her before and after added. Look at that improvement. That's insane.
No, right? Oh, she's been a very hard worker as
Yeah.
well. Do you get graded and turn things in? If you're doing the complete edition, that doesn't come with feedback, but you can definitely show your homework in the Anime Art School channels in the Discord.
It does not come with instructor feedback.
Right.
This is recorded. It's like a recorded college at your own pace. But anyways, you can check out all the classes. There's little video previews. You can drop these down to see what every single week is about. Like a human anatomy and proportion. You can break these down into like what you learn. It's very detailed. So if you want to learn all about that, look at these, like clothing, rendering, texture, accessories, dresses and suits, shoes, pants and skirts, shirts and tops, perspective and dimensional drawing.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
So good.
Lots and lots of good stuff in here. But anyways, that's what it looks like. If you go check it out, you can see all about it.
It is called Anime. Oh wait, the app. If you're talking about the school, because we were just on it, that's where you can find it. It's called Anime Art School. And you can find it here.
It's Discord. Yep, you can get it on that same link. It'll be the blue button.
Yes. Is the person who still wanted to know about color theory still here?
I think that was Fox.
Oh, okay. Environments and characters and colors.
So, environments, coloring people in environments don't think about them as people. Think about the colors as being affected by stuff, right? Like, that's the big thing is people are not people. They're just blobs of different colors. Like, so you have to understand, like, what is the lighting like in your environment? So maybe I'll go in here and just make like a selection, right? And let's say this is my environment, and what I'll like decide on an ambient color, right? Maybe my ambient color is kind of orange-ish, or is kind of like, I don't know, pinkish, right? And so just think in terms of like a single color swatch. If I have, I don't know, a blue swatch, right? Let's just take this. Is this simultaneous contrast? Let's look. Not too bad.
Not too bad, yeah.
Okay, I got a blue swatch, right? This blue swatch can represent the color blue on my character, right? Here is the background. I'm just gonna like do that. Blue swatch on my background. So I'll take this swatch and I'll just go, how does this background affect this blue? Well, it's pink. And so my blue is going to move a little bit towards pink, right? Maybe it'll come down, I don't know, into purple a little bit. And maybe I could just take like an airbrush or a brush and just go like affect that just a little bit,
Yeah.
right? So now, like, look at the difference.
Whoa.
It's very subtle, but you can see if I color sample, see that jump on the color wheel?
It became purple.
It became more purple because I'm just like, okay, my blue is being affected by the pink, right? And then maybe this is like a box or something. I don't know. So
Yeah.
let's just take this here and unlock it and just draw like a box or something. All right. So this is kind of a complicated thing, which I talked about extensively in MAR school, which you have. So you could actually just go watch the lessons because I talk all about this a lot. All right. So here's a box. And here's our blue that's being affected by the pink. And then we'll go, what is my light color? Well, let's say I have a warm light, right? I have a warm, let's just say I have a warm light, all right? And then my warm light is, I don't know, over here. And maybe we'll just kind of rub the warm light on the box, right? It's like being lit. Here's my light, yippee. I'll put this closer so you can see it.
Yeah.
And then here's the plane of my box that's going to be hit by the warm light. All right. And so this, I might come up and desaturate it and like this sort of thing. I might desaturate and go warmer, right? Because blue and then there's yellow. And so I'm going to go towards warmer because, again, I'm getting warmer and I'm going to gray it down because what ends up happening is I don't have a color wheel on hand. But anyways, it's going to go in a straight path. So your blue is being hit by the yellow, and it's going to try to go in a path to yellow on that color wheel, right? It's going to kind of like clip. I need an example, honestly. Color wheel.
With gray, maybe? I don't know.
With gray, yeah. I need like I want like a gradient color wheel or something.
Yeah.
Or with gray, maybe something along the lines of this, right? And I'll just flip it to match what I have. I'm gonna be like blue, right? And I'm gonna want to travel in a straight line. I'll just use like red. Like this, right? The light is going to hit the color, and the color is going to move in this direction through gray. Gray would be in the middle. For some reason, it's not on this one. But, like, just imagine that, like, it's the same value, right? So, here. Hues. So, I'm taking my bluish, and I'm, like, moving towards yellow in a straight line. And so, it's going to move towards through gray into yellow. And if I had like an example of this, it would basically be, and remember, it's not blue, it's purplish. It's kind of like a purplish, right? So it's like, here's this, here's this. It's a complicated question. Like this would take kind of hours of lessons to go through and practice assignments.
It'd be cool to do a color theory class.
Like this sort of thing. And in the middle, it's going to be a lot more desaturated. So it's like, this is not a character, this is a box, but it would be the same thing on a character, right? And so we'll just light this box, and it depends how bright my light is, but there we go. And then maybe I'll have like a shadow of the box as well, and I'll come down, and it'll be a little bit more purplish, and we'll have like
warmer.
And we'll have like this kind of thing, right? And then we got a shadow on our background. And our shadow will maybe come out darker. Maybe we'll get a little bit more saturated too. It doesn't really matter that much. And maybe we'll get like, you know, whatever, our shadow coming out. We'll cheat the shadow and say it's coming from higher. All right, we'll do something like this.
Do you want to fill that light area more solidly? The lit side?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Right, so like my colors are being dynamically affected by things that I'm painting. And so you go, what is the context of the environment? Everything is affecting everything. There is no there is no color without it being affected by something else around it, because you can only see color because there's light, and light is going to have a temperature. Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it neutral? And then you can only see the shadow side of an object because there's fill light, right? Otherwise, if you're in space, the dark side of the moon is black because there's no fill light. If there was no fill light, this is what it would look like. It would be black because there's no light filling the shadows. So you go, there's the color of my light, and then there's the color of my light that's hitting the shadows, and how do those affect the colors of my object? It doesn't have anything to do with humans or people. It just has to do with light and shadow. Now, if you want to draw humans and people, it's just like the demo that I did the other day, right? When I'm doing this, I added this Froggy character, and I didn't draw it as a Froggy character. I drew it as color blobs. Remember, like, I drew him right here, and I just went, oh, the Froggy character. We could do another one, right? We could go, I don't know, what color? Pink. Like, we have a pink character.
Ooh.
Okay, here's a pink character standing right here. Here's their head. Here's their body. The light is coming from the right. The shadow's on the left. I cool down the shadows. I'm going towards blue, and I'm darkening it.
Yeah.
I can tell that they're cooler shadows because my shadows are bluer in the shadow and less blue in the light, and that looks pretty consistent to me. And so I could go Froggy character. Okay, so this guy has a shadow like that, and that would basically be my base colors that I'd put in. Doesn't matter if this is what this is. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's a character. The character just defines the forms. The colors and light, that's the material and the environment and all that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I could draw a train, a toy train on the seat here, or I could draw a little character laying down. I would use the same process. Right? Like, you could do a little character laying down here.
Too many chain of events affecting one another. Do we have to nail every color value throughout the picture we want to make?
No.
No? You can always change it?
Right? You could have a character like this.
Aye,
And you're like, oh, it's whatever. It's, you got the shadow. And maybe the shadow's a bit cool. See, it's like, I treat this as a box. I treat this as a cylinder. I treat the head as a sphere. I treat this, right? This is maybe not getting lit at all. This is not getting lit. This whole leg would probably be in shadow. This foot would probably be in shadow. I might have some light hitting the back of the leg here, right? I might have this being hit by a little bit less light.
Notice that he's just doing lighting right now.
I'm just doing lighting, right? And if I'm thinking about this in terms of 3D forms, again, because painting is drawing plus extra.
So
This
in
is a cylinder.
Piece, so in this piece, not every light, shadow, bounce light, highlight has been accounted for?
No.
No?
I mean, you don't have to.
It's not about entire, like, complete accuracy. It's more about, is it believable enough?
Yeah, like you'd never really get to that point unless you spent an incredibly long amount of time or you're rendering it in like a game engine. See, this is all cylinder, cylinder, and I'm simply going, there's a lit side and there's a shadowed side, right? Because my light is coming from the right, coming from this way.
And so you just light the forms accordingly.
Yeah, it's like, that's how I think about it.
What app do you use to draw, and is it worth it?
This is Photoshop, and probably not. Not unless you're planning on doing a whole lot of other stuff as well that you need Photoshop for, but you're probably better off with Clip Studio Paint or Procreate or Krita.
I love Procreate, especially if you want to just do something mobile and quick. You know, it's a great thing.
Yeah, and this is like the really boring stuff. Like, this is the kind of stuff that's really boring that makes everybody leave because this is like, it gets into the nitty-gritty part. Nobody really wants that. We want the fun, flashy stuff. But like, these are the lessons that you like. If it's boring to watch, and then it's even more boring to practice it 100 times, and then once you do both of those things, you can draw stuff that everybody loves. It's like,
Yeah.
you must go through the valley of boring in order to get to the party.
Yep.
But it doesn't always have to be boring. Like, I think it's really fun. You could fall in love with it. You can be like, dude, the valley, like, I love the valley. Like, I love walking through that valley. What the heck?
That's part of the game too.
Yeah, that is part of the game. But, like, you don't understand things by learning about them through a lesson. You understand things as you practice them. They start to click. Things click as you do repetition. Things make sense as you repeat a lot.
And you can start with like any kind of color. Like you can start like, oh, this is gonna be my shadow color.
Yeah.
You know, and based off of this logic, you know, I can say, okay, if it's in light and I want it to be a warm light, you know, it's probably gonna be way lighter.
Does Anime Academy teach digital painting too? Yeah.
Yes.
I have a whole class on digital painting. Yep. I start with the basics like this. And I teach you how to render using a system called Half to Black, which is like industrial design. It's very reliable. And then we go into, you know, calculating cast shadows. We go into coloring lights, colored shadow bounces, all that sort of thing. We eventually get into this around week 5 or 6, where you're taking all those things and rendering them out by hand, but you're making the scene more complicated. This is after the perspective class, by the way, because if you can't draw this in perspective, you can't render it. Rendering is the easier part, generally. And then later in the class, you know, we go into color theory, and I teach you how to relight environments based on mood, and think about different things like the temperature of the environment, the temperature of the light and the shadow, the contrast, high key, mid key, low key. And then we go and we apply it to exteriors like these. These are all demos from my class. This is class number 6. This is a very, very big class, by the way.
It's very big. I mean, Colton does all these from scratch.
Yep, I do every single one of these from complete scratch, and walk you through my entire process. And this is the final. This, and this, plus this, this, and this. This is just like the final couple weeks of the class. Like the first 13 or 12 weeks talk about all the stuff I was showing earlier. It teaches you how to do still lifes, how to paint materials, how to study from the real world. There's how to draw in Noton, how to plan out your value structure, how to compose, composition, color theory, all that kind of stuff. And then this is just the final couple weeks. We do paintings from complete scratch and relight them and recompose them with different moods and vibes. We talk about materials and stuff as well. So like metal, wood, grass, stone, how to break it down and think about like reflectivity and specular highlight and subsurface scattering and all that kind of stuff.
Can we choose what class we want?
It's a whole package, but you could go into whatever class you want once you own it.
How much does it cost?
With the discount, the whole school costs $397.
Yes.
And it's a year long. So that was one of the classes. The code is FOURTH. FOURTH at the checkout page.
Yep.
And yeah, it's kind of like a college alternative. If you've always wanted to go to art school and learn all that stuff, you can learn it online at your own pace, and you have lifetime access. Hey, Rossvin. You use CSP to get better at line quality? No, I just use Photoshop. I don't even use Lazy Nizumi. I think I have it, but I've never really used it. I just try to get better at, I try to train my hand more.
Yeah.
I don't try to use tools. I have smoothing on, but I don't try to use tools to compensate. I'd rather just practice. Not that I have anything against like Lazy Nizumi or programs with really good brush line quality. It's just not really something that bothers me that much. Maybe if I did a lot more line work, I would think more about it.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you're painting a character, like you're constantly color adjusting. So like initially my original color was this. But then I decided, I wanted it to be a little bit lighter and more blue affected, like affected by the blue. So like what Colton literally was doing just earlier, it's like you just add a bit of that blue and it lightens it, but it also turns it cooler. And so now it feels like this character is now part of the background a little bit more. And it works with skin tone because it's just the physics. And then you can decide, do I want a little bit of bounce? And is the bounce a little bit warmer? That could also work really well. I would say with fundamentals, like the fundamentals is there to help you get yourself on the generally right path to your image. Like what's the lighting, what's the composition, what's the head structure, and then everything else is kind of just like filling in the blanks.
You have to be accepted? No, you can just get it.
You can just get it. Once again, I'll just show it here.
Yep. You go check out the page. You can just buy it. Make sure you use the code.
Yep.
Now we don't restrict it to accepted portfolios and stuff. It's a fundamental program. So if you're a beginner and you just draw stick figures, that's perfect.
That's perfect. That's literally where we want you to.
You'll be getting a lot out of it.
Yeah. I would say the earlier in your art journey that you learn like the fundamentals, the easier your journey will be. Like it may be hard at first, but like you just use all these tools constantly.
Oh. I'm baking cookies. We haven't finished the last set of cookies yet.
We haven't yet.
We don't eat a lot of cookies and sweets and stuff. They're good.
They are good.
We just don't really go through them.
Yeah.
That much. But I'm looking forward to them. They're always delicious.
They are very good.
I have to be honest. Like we don't eat cookies. Like very, very mild, very rarely. We'll like snack here and there.
Well, I really appreciate that, Dahlia.
I've never really been a cookie eater. I like them.
I like chocolate chip cookies that are like nice and chewy. I love those.
Fresh chocolate chip cookies are great, yeah.
Yeah. I would say those are most of the time the only cookies that I would usually prefer to eat.
Yeah. We're pretty busy tomorrow, though, so if you're just dropping it off, that's totally fine. We got to go drive and get some stuff as well.
Yeah.
We got a pretty stacked day tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's the best streaming platform to grow following by documenting art journey. Probably not Twitch, because Twitch isn't good for discoverability. If you're talking grow, you're thinking storytelling. You could do it on Instagram, you could do it on YouTube, you could do it on TikTok. It doesn't matter. If your storytelling is good, you'll grow. You'll grow if you have good storytelling.
Yeah.
It's much less about the platform than it is your ability to capture people's attention.
I think
all platforms are designed for discoverability, or most platforms are designed for discoverability because that's how the platforms make money.
Yeah. Well, like when people start their own like art channels or whatever, they think that like once they draw, people will come, but like that's not necessarily the case.
Oh yeah.
You know, not unless you're like you draw really fast and you're just good, and people will come over. That's like part of the selling point of your stream. But like it's kind of a tough crowd, you know.
Remembered your advice about investing in quality microphones as well. Yeah, audio is more important than visual.
Yeah.
If your audio sounds terrible, people just leave. If your video's bad, like you might get one or two people who complain about it, but it's not nearly as important as audio. People love protecting their ears from trash mics and hollow sounds. And if you have bad audio, platforms will literally just like not send people. It'll know, like they know, like they have really advanced. These like multi-billion-dollar companies, like billions and billions of dollars are in these companies. They spend so much money in making sure that if they send content to somebody, it has the highest likelihood of it keeping that person on the platform. And it's all about money. Like, it's all about money. They want to be as sure as possible that if they send someone to your stream, that person's going to spend a lot of time on the platform.
Yeah.
And if they detect that you have really bad audio or you have like an unwatchable stream, they just won't send anybody, and then people are just like, this platform is, I'm shadow banned.
Yeah.
You're stepping on my iPad, kitty, on my keyboard.
I want to buy an iPad to draw on. Can you tell me the price and name of this iPad you have?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to look at Apple.
Yeah.
It's a iPad Pro 13-inch, but it's not the latest version.
No.
And it's an Apple Pencil Pro. But you'll 100% have to look at Apple. It's been years since we bought this iPad.
Maybe the price has changed, or they don't have it anymore.
And
Yeah.
who knows if the price varies based on location.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a wanderer now, huh? You just wander back and forth around. No, snuggle.
No, I want to snuggle. How important is talent in illustration? No.
Not.
Not important. Not important. Because anyone who can work hard and do good illustrations, that's what matters.
It's just not that important.
Yeah. Can you do the illustration? If yes, great. You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's
I
not
think
that important.
I understand, because a lot of time when you're first introduced to like art in like the world, like people are like, oh my gosh, you're so talented. You're so talented. Oh, this person has talent. I don't have talent. Like, I get it. It's like a part of the conversation. And because people say talent so much, you think it's important.
Yeah. It's just not that important. And I don't even think about it because it's not something you can change anyways.
Yeah.
If there's a variable that you can't change, the more time you spend thinking about it is more time that's just wasted.
Yeah.
Like it's like all the time you spend thinking about talent, if you spent those hours, practicing instead, you would have gotten ahead of the people with the talent.
Yeah.
It's like, it's useless to think about because it's not a thing that can be changed regardless. Even if it did matter, you couldn't change it. Poppy. All right, that's enough of this. You're knocking my monitors out of here. Now she's rolling around happy.
She's just in the
She
mood.
just keeps pushing my monitors out of place.
Yeah. I use bread flour to make chewy cookies. Ooh, yum. I always struggle with fitting my full body on canvas without losing the quality. Any tips?
Oh.
Do you mean like pixelization? Like it just gets really pixely when you try to like make things smaller or make things bigger? I mean, what I would do, just as like a little tip, depending on how big your canvas is, work in a larger canvas, first of all. Like work in the thousands. I mean, my default is 5,000 by 6,000, but you can work with something smaller or bigger, whatever. And then you can just like put a tick mark and say, this is how big my body is going to be on the canvas, so that you give yourself a limit rather than starting like really accidentally too big or accidentally too small.
How is good art defined in the illustration world? I'm not even really interested in answering that question, honestly. Because like it varies so much. It's so subjective.
Yeah. It is very
I don't even really understand the question that well. How is good art defined in the illustration world? I mean, if it does the job that it needs to do, is good.
Yeah.
If it's an illustration that's an advertisement, if it helps them sell more stuff, if it's an illustration that's a book cover, it makes people buy the book. If it's a billboard illustration, it makes people look at the billboard, or it gets the right people to look at the billboard and converts into sales. Like, if it's a movie poster, it gets people to want to see the movie. Like, that would define good.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to like go and say, oh, this is good or that's not good, because
Yeah.
it is so subjective a lot of the time.
It just depends on the job.
But illustration is like, it's supposed to look pretty for its particular purpose.
And it's, better if you are undeniably like skilled. But, the purpose of the illustration depends.
Yeah, like I don't spend any time, I don't know, theorizing about stuff. I just draw.
Yeah.
Look, I just like drawing and doing my best. And I'm not really in the illustration world that much. I draw for myself mostly.
Yeah. Do you want to do a Roblox streamer later?
I mean, we could.
We could. It could be a shorter session.
I scared everyone away with my box.
No, not at all. I think it was really good. I just think it's TikTok, you know?
Oh, TikTok is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, Fox, with your color question, like, it 100% is exactly that. It's like, if I were to add another block in the background, that was, I don't know, red, right? Let's just go, here's red. Here's another box in the background. Like, I would run the same thing. I would go, what's the local value of the red box? And maybe it's like this. Okay, it's affected by the pinkish background. Maybe it comes a little bit more. Okay, so pinkish in the shadows, right? And then in the light, it's like maybe it gets a little bit warmer and a little bit brighter. And so, like, here's the light color. And then we're going to be like, okay, we got a shadow right here. This maybe goes like that.
Ooh.
Right? And this could be a building. Like, maybe we put a roof on this one. And it's like, what color is the roof? Is it the same? Maybe this part's the same. And then this part right here is white.
Ah.
And then we go, okay, a little bit darker, a little bit more pinkish. There's a little white roof on that building.
This is a good color exercise.
And then, you know, maybe we got like a window here. And it's like, what's in the window? And we'll just go pretty dark. Maybe we got like a little door here. Pretty dark. There we go.
Ooh.
Right? Cute.
That's so pretty.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
And then what is the color of the roof right here? Maybe this one is also white. And so I'll do like the same thing. I'm obviously going to have to mess with my shadow. Maybe I'll lower all this. I'm obviously going to have to mess with my shadow. See? Dimensional drawing, dimensional drawing, dimensional drawing.
The interesting shape too.
Right? And then I'll go, same. Crap. Hold it out. Shadow. Light. Right? But we go, oh, got to change the shadow shape because now
We added a roof.
we added a roof. And so I'm just like changing the shadow shape. And I know that this shadow shape is accurate enough that if I wanted to figure out exactly what it is later, I'm fine. Like, I wouldn't be recomposing the entire image to make sure it's accurate. Because, like, I want to get this painting moved forward. I'm not going to, like, waste a lot of time. Maybe this shadow right here is a little bit lighter. You get, like, a little bit more environmental factor.
Ooh, bit of bounce.
And then maybe we get a little bit more environmental factor here. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's our two buildings on there. And like, I used the same exact process. I've got a warmish light. I've got a pinkish shadow. And it's not a super bright environment. It's kind of like mid-key, right?
Wow.
And if I added another building back here that you can't see, maybe we go. What's up?
Just looking at some questions. Is trying streaming / documenting your art journey recommended?
Only to people who think it's cool to do.
Yeah. If you want to do it and try it, why not? You know, no one's saying you can't do it.
Maybe we'll do this. Right, and so if I'm going to draw another building back here in the back, maybe I'll go, all right, there's that. There's this. Here's the roof.
Ooh. Looks like a cute little town.
Yeah, it could be like a cute little town.
Can you show tips of perspective or how to apply shapes into it? What do you mean by apply shapes into it? Do you mean like just drawing forms? Like how to draw boxes, cylinders, and stuff?
And if this sticks out, we just go zoop. 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 Cute. Cute little house. Now this is really, really blending into the background, so I could even just go...
Could you go over the proportions of the arms in relationship to the body, lengthwise? If you put your hands on your sides, you'll notice that your elbow is by the end of the bottom of your rib cage, and that your hands reach your upper thighs. So that's what I go for. You can also swing from the pelvis, like the bottom of the pelvis, out a little bit, and that's where your wrist is. That's what I generally look for. I mainly look for bottom of the rib cage and upper thigh. That's kind of like my little guidelines. I do have a video on it, Brayden. How to draw bodies. I think I covered the proportional system in that video, so you can check that out. Apple.
That's exactly how I would do this.
Yeah. It feels like a real place, actually.
Like, that's exactly how I figure out colors. I go, what is the local color of the thing? What is the color of it in the shadow and in the light based on the environment? And it literally is no different whatsoever than if this were Frieren or her boots. What's the local color of the boots? What color is it in the shadow? What color is it in the light? What's the color of her dress thing? What is it in the shadow? What is it in the light based on the lighting and the environment? And then like your form drawing and your material is gonna define all of the rest, really. So like this to me in my mind is really no different than this or this. I use the same process to find the colors. I go, what's my light? What's my environmental ambience? Light, color, brightness, environmental ambience. And then that's it. Like that's literally exactly how I figure it out. Of course, like I say that, it doesn't mean it's easy. Like there's a lot of training and practice involved in that sort of thing. And if there's a red sphere floating in the air, I would do the exact same thing. Here's my red sphere. Maybe this is my red sphere this time. And it's a different red. And so I just go, got a lit side. It's got a shadowed side. And then I mess with the shadow and I go, all right, maybe it's more pink.
Pretty.
And then I'll go, you know, whatever. Here's that core. What material is this sphere? Does it have a highlight or does it not have a highlight? Maybe it has a little bit of a highlight. Oh, it's warmer.
And you can push like how dark or how light those parts get, like depending on the material.
Yeah, maybe we just do that. There's a sphere.
Oh, it's like a little, I don't know, like a little toy house set with balls and cylinders and primitive forms.
Yeah.
I do have tips for drawing bodies. I don't know if we're going to go over it right now, but I do have a video on it. So if you go to our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy, there's a video called How to Draw Bodies. I cover a male and female body from reference, and then I also talk about the process of how I break it down.
Tree.
Yeah, tree.
Like, it could be a green tree. It could be a lollipop tree. I don't care.
That's cute. He says he's about to make another finished piece just by playing around.
That's
Yep,
how every other one started.
that's so true.
It is. It's like, it only starts looking interesting once you add a lot of stuff compositionally that looks fun. But in the beginning, it just looks like blobs, and it's like, oh, that's kind of boring. And then, wait, and like 5 minutes later, you're like, hold up. Like, that's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
But this could be like a little village.
Looks like
And this
Pomni
would-
core.
Yeah, it could be. And, you know, we could do like a fun thing in the background. Maybe we grab a soft brush and we go, not my soft brush.
Not my soft brush.
Right, we could do that. Or we could do this.
Oh.
You know, and we could put buildings all into the distance of different like colors and stuff. That could be kind of cool,
That would be really cool.
right? Like, oh, there's a building out there, and there's a building back there, and this building has like a shadow. And of course, as we get like probably further away, we'll end up getting like more ambience and stuff.
Oh, that's sick. It's almost like a backrooms type suburban, but like more colorful.
Yeah. Could be
Ooh,
fun.
That is really
Like
fun.
going into the distance, maybe.
Oh, that's a good song. And then you could draw like a little pathway. That's lighter.
Probably would want to go back to what I was doing earlier.
Hey, Wolf Queen? Yonder, I have a TikTok on that. Anime character face angles, especially the upper angle, looking up. I have a TikTok on that. You can check that out. What you're drawing today? Just drew various, things, bodies. Colton's drawing like a little village because he was doing a demo on how to make colors look good in environments. Primitive form simulator.
Everywhere in
Yep.
the world, everything is primitive form simulator. My computer monitor is a box. My Wacom pen is a cylinder.
Kind of looks like Dreamcore. I thought the same too. Kind of has that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You could put it through a filter and play Dreamcore music.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah!
Bow, 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 bow.
And then you can put eyes all everywhere. Like those real hyper realistic eyes that look creepy. Pretty peak. And they'll be like, this isn't real. Or I wish I could stay here. Quick question. Should I do commissions as a way to practice getting paid with Robux?
Like there's upsides and downsides to that in my experience. If you do commissions, you don't really have a choice of what you're practicing unless you only do commissions of a very specific thing. I've had friends who they'd have a goal as an artist and they do commissions on the side, but the commissions didn't really bring them that much closer to their goal. So you're going to have to just be careful that you're not like accidentally shooting yourself in the foot by focusing so much on the commissions. Like, just be aware, like, what are your goals? And are the commissions bringing you closer or further from those goals? It's like a cost versus, like a benefit versus cost type deal. At least to me.
I mean, if you're happy being paid in Robux and you want to do it and you know what you're getting yourself into, then you can try it.
Okay, like something like that could be interesting.
Can't get paid with anything else. Oh, I see. Hey, I mean, it's experience, right? Just, I would say if you're gonna do commissions, especially with Robux, just be careful of the kind of people that will ask you stuff. Like, cause like you just want to vet them. Just want to vet them to make sure they're not like really annoying, and you're not like overly like working too hard on a drawing that you didn't sign up for, especially if it's like Robux. You know?
Yeah, just remember, you're in business. If you open commissions, you're in business.
Yeah.
And business comes with all the annoying things of business, like people not paying, having to chase people down, turning down things, marketing, advertising. Like, who knows if people even hire you? Like, once you open up commissions, you are in business. So, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just, it is what it is.
Yep. What do you recommend drawing first before the anime face, like the eyes, hair, face, or something? I would construct it by figuring out what's my form. So sphere is generally what I go with first because it helps me to decide my perspective, and then I do my proportions. That's what I do constantly. I don't start with, I mean, unless I'm doing Roblox and I know my forms really well, I can start with hair or eyes or whatever. Like, I can start technically anywhere because I know the proportions and I can reverse engineer it. But if you're learning how to draw heads from the beginning, I would start with the basics.
Yeah, it's like, I'll think about it like this a lot of the time, right? Imagine you count from 1 to 10, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And you go, I'm trying to count from 1 to 10. Where do I start? You know what's here? You know what's here, right? You could start at 2. You could start at 10, right?
Yeah, you can count backwards.
3, 4, 5. So it's like, think about drawing the same way. It's like, okay, you start with an eye, and it's like, that's starting with 3. And you know, you go like, okay, well, I need to know the perspective. Okay, well, here's the center line of the face. Well, here's whatever, this,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? And it's like, you can reverse engineer it. It's like, oh, you start with the mouth. And that's like, okay, there's the nose, there's the center line of the face, right? You could maybe go like, I don't know. Right? Like, and then you can go,
drawing so much
like,
more confidently now.
yeah, move it down a little bit. Okay, like there's maybe the mouth, right?
That's a good brush.
Like, this is what I think about when I'm drawing. It's like, I don't care where I start. If you know the proportional method, it's like, maybe you're not very used to starting at 6. And so you kind of have to nudge things around. But it's like, I know the process of drawing an anime head. I know the forms of it. So no matter where I start, like if I'm starting with a character and then I add an environment, that would be one thing. If I'm starting with an environment and then I add a character, that would be like almost the same, you know? To me, in my mind, it's like, I don't really care that much.
Oh, that's heckin' cute. Wow, you're so much more fluent now. It's crazy.
You know, not that this mouth is very good, but we could go like...
If you're used to just drawing like by winging it, drawing with construction is going to look worse.
Yes,
and that
absolutely.
is completely normal.
Yes, if you are learning a new process, it will absolutely look worse in the beginning than what you're used to doing, because you're literally rebuilding something from scratch. You are completely rebuilding something from the ground up. Again, it's just a much more functional and versatile method. It's like you're used to doing math in your head, and then you move into calculus, and you can't do it in your head anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
You have to write it down.
maybe it's slower in the beginning, but it has a much longer range.
The shape that constructs the jaw is always tricky. The part that hangs off the main circle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what
it
you
is
mean.
hard. It's hard because the face is doing different things. It is going back in space, and it's also like in a very specific shape. It's not just like a line. It is like you're describing a form of the face. So it's almost like the side of a box, and it's tilted up a bit. Do you guys have any tips or tricks on figure out the size of the side plane of the head at different angles? Seem to draw the circle too big or too small.
Was that fun? I just
That
did.
looks really good.
This is what I did, chat. I just went like this. There's all the peaks of my roofs in the distance. When you zoom out, you get the effect. You're like, that's a lot of Monopoly houses.
Then it's a dimension of lost memories. In different angles, think of that side of the head as like an ellipse. So meaning if you're looking at it from the complete side view, where the side view is facing you, it's a complete circle. As you start turning more towards the front, it starts getting narrower and narrower. That's not really something that I can explain like right now, but that's what I think about. Oh, that's sick. And he's holding a balloon. I don't know.
What is it? It's going to be the only green thing.
Oh. You know, something that I've noticed about like giving art tips is sometimes just telling someone like how to think about something is like solves the art tip.
Yeah.
It's a funny. What if their balloons are tree shaped and their trees are balloon shaped? That'd be funny. Oh.
So it worked very well. Probably not.
Might as well just hand draw it, huh? I find that cast shadows for people is really hard. Like, how much does it foreshorten? But I guess you can use that same like triangle method.
Yep. Just thinking about that.
Ooh. That's fun. Oh, you know what this reminds me? It reminds me of that one photographer that does like those little miniatures, but makes them look like real life. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Like they'll use like an open book, and then they'll make a story out of those little little miniature people.
I'm sure. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people do that, right?
Yeah. Well, you showed me their stuff, and I immediately loved it. It was like a
on
Japanese
Instagram?
person. Yeah, and it's on Instagram. Yep.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like this sort of thing, right? It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Could be like neat.
Are you guys familiar with of any artist who can paint from imagination, like Alla Prima, sort of like Kim Jong-gi? I don't know.
You mean like in oils?
In oils, or do you mean just like?
Just in general. I mean, I don't know what you mean exactly. That's like what a lot of artists really strive to do, right?
Oils?
Not so much. A lot of artists really, their goal is to draw from imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. Not like a Kim Jong-un necessarily.
Not really like a Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il's like his artwork is very like on the more performative side. Like that's his strong point. That was a strong point.
Yeah, he was like a very high-level artist, and he kind of like made his living off of being very impressive that he could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
That could be a really cool oil painting too. Actually, this piece.
There you go. I don't know.
Wow.
That's how I would, like, just random colored, random environment, random everything. Maybe adding just a little bit of texture and stuff in the background in terms of that.
It's cool. You know, I think another exercise that could be good is just painting like primitive forms, but in the color of your character. So like, make a ball that's like skin toned of your character, and have that affect the be affected by the environment. But you're not thinking about skin. You're just thinking about what's the color, how do I affect that with the background, and how do I add shadow. Hey, Mackie.
As things get further away, like I simplify, I look for like shapes. I go, all right, the shape of the buildings in the distance, they're kind of just like the roofs would kind of be like this, right? The buildings themselves would kind of look like this, right? And so I'm sort of just creating that effect by just drawing little lines of different colors and the little peaks of the roofs, right? And it's the same here. Like, what do we have? We just have kind of like stripes. And then what is like high contrast stuff? Well, the windows are high contrast. The buildings next to each other are kind of high contrast. The peaks of the roofs of the white part of the roof getting hit is relatively high contrast. So I'm just gonna like show that, right? And I could do that like back here. And I know the houses are like lined up next to each other. So I don't need to draw all of them. I just kind of have to create the effect. Like it's almost like a texture. Like you create like the texture of what all this stuff would be as it gets further away. And then when you zoom out, your brain fills in the gaps. It goes, I see what's in the front. I see what's in the back.
Oh, I know what's going on.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like if you zoom way out, you're just like, wow, that's a lot of houses. But you zoom in and it's like, that's not houses, that's lines of random color. It's like, it's interesting. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And you would do the same thing in oil. Like you'd mix the paints yourselves. Like it wouldn't, the process itself wouldn't be that different of like the thought process. Well, I got a little time to paint tonight, so that was
That's good.
that was kind of nice, you know, random demo.
Actually, this is kind of a cool exercise. I might try this a few times.
Yeah, and this is entirely from imagination. Like I just painted it randomly based on like starting with this pink background. Like it's entirely from imagination. A lot of stuff that we do on stream is from imagination. Like this is pretty much from imagination. Like I looked up some references on some frogs, but and I looked up. Well, someone in the chat typed this.
Yeah.
And I looked up references of bugs, but at completely different angles. You know, and this is from imagination. The only thing that I referenced was Freeren's outfit design, like an isometric view of like a front side. Because I don't know what Freeren looks like, because I've never really watched it that much. So it's like it's all imaginative drawing, which is a lot of people's goals. Whose goal is to draw from imagination? If you're in chat. If your goal is to be able to draw like your own characters' worlds and stuff from imagination, let me know.
Yeah.
I barely drink any of my drink.
Really?
Fox says, I don't care about imagination. I just want to be able to draw. What would you draw? So you want to set up still lifes, Fox, and paint models who you hire to pose. Me, mine, Brayden, Mackie. Lifelong goal to draw / paint whatever comes to mind. I didn't realize you were that big of a fan of reference, Fox. Of drawing things that you see. Well, this is a sick piece.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's a cool composition there.
Mm-hmm.
I would do something like that. Bum, bum, bum. I just don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. Chill, Fox, tonight.
I got cut somehow. I have no idea how that happened.
No idea. Fox tonight is just like, you know,
Ow.
whatever, dude. Like, I don't care. Yeah.
Like draw my
Tight.
characters one day.
Tight.
Well, that is exactly what we do. Ooh, what we do in our school. Sorry about that. Help you draw your own characters. We've really focused on like creating your own characters as well, like involving your own characters, because that's what a lot of people want to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you come to the right place because that's what we teach.
Yep.
We teach people who want to be able to draw from imagination, like, or be able to take a reference and draw it from a different angle. Like, you'd rather draw your OCs than just do a portrait of a celebrity.
Yeah.
Or you'd rather draw your original characters than find an image on, say, Pinterest and copy it 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm. Or you're like tired of just only being able to draw really well with reference, but then when you like try to do it on your own, you're like, ugh, falls apart.
Too many realistic Walter White already. I know what you mean. It's all the fan art of Walter White. Everybody has to do the obligatory Walter White fan art. I don't think I've actually ever done that.
I've never done that either. Or like Evangelion, Asuka.
Yeah.
You got to do like a mandatory fan art of them.
Well, that's not from observation, though.
That's true, though.
like-
That's true.
I'm talking like they do the portrait,
Yeah.
like the pencil or charcoal or
Shaded
graphite
portrait.
portrait of Walter White. Would you rather? I don't know.
When you realize that painting chibis like this is just painting Nendroids.
It is. Well, rendering them is.
Yeah, rendering them.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Would you rather have the best techniques or the best foundations? Isn't that the same thing?
That's, to me,
That feels like the same thing to me.
that would be the exact same thing.
Yeah. Do you mean like techniques like like hatching or like little effects?
Like, they would definitely overlap a lot.
Yeah. I would say if you have the best foundations, you have the best techniques. So it's like follows each other.
Yeah. I mean, foundations are basically just like techniques that you've spent a lot of time developing.
It's true.
Foundations definitely would include techniques like achieving shapes, like brush economy or something. Like if you want to draw a shape through subtraction, like it's a technique.
That's kind of a cute style, actually.
Yeah.
I could kind of get used to this.
Ba 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 ba. You want to render a piece, but you got to clean up some line work first. Do you?
You just
Do
gotta.
you?
You don't have to use line work, you know.
Do you have to? Do you
Do
though?
ya?
Do you really though?
You could just paint over the line work and just crisp up your shapes.
Yeah, I do. Thanks.
Yeah, I do. Thanks.
You do. I'd say
I
you're
don't.
right. You do.
I don't. Okay.
For you, yes. I'm ready to wrap up.
Me too. You do that.
What time is it? 9:42. Holy moly, we streamed way late tonight.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Don't forget, our anime art school is 20% off if you, once again, want to draw from imagination, or you struggle with, just only copying. We have a school that can help you to do that, so you can draw confidently. It's like a college alternative, and it's currently 20% off with the code 4th. So take a screenshot if you're interested, as always.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put this in, like, stream live demos or something.
That's a good idea.
Random thing.
Yeah, it was fun.
There we go. All right, then. Have a good night, everybody. There. There. Oh, have a good night. I could barely drink any of my drink.
Rip.
Have
Have a good night,
All right,
everyone.
good night, everybody. Bye-bye.